Are there commonalities between the birth narratives of religious figures? Hi, I'm Dr. James Holt, and when I was recently reading the Quran, the story of Jesus or Isa's birth to Miriam is recited, and when she gives birth it records, and the pangs of childbirth drove her to the trunk of a palm tree. She said, "I wish I had died before this and had become something totally forgotten." Allah responds to her plea. Then he called her from beneath her. "Do not grieve, your Lord has placed a rivulet beneath you, and shake the trunk of the palm tree toward you, and it will let fall fresh dates upon you." These details are not to be found within the Bible, but do have their parallels in the post-Quranic 9th century apocryphal writing of the Gospel of Pseudo-Matthew, also known as the Infancy Gospel of Matthew. Here, following Jesus' birth in a cave or stable, it's recorded 3 days later. "And it came to pass on the 3rd day of their journey, while they were walking, that the Blessed Mary was fatigued by the excessive heat of the sun in the desert. And seeing a palm tree, she said to Joseph, 'Let me rest a little under the shade of this tree.' And as the Blessed Mary was sitting there, she looked up to the foliage of the palm and saw it full of fruit, and said to Joseph, 'I wish it were possible to get some of the fruit of this palm.' And Joseph said to her, 'I wonder that thou sayest this, when thou seest how high the palm tree is, and that thou thinkest of eating its fruit. I'm thinking more of the want of water, because the skins are now empty, and we have none wherewith to refresh ourselves and our cattle.' Then the child Jesus, with a joyful countenance, reposing in the bosom of his mother, said to the palm, 'O tree, bend thy branches, and refresh my mother with thy fruit.' And immediately in these words the palm bent its top down to the very feet of the Blessed Mary, and they gathered from its fruit, with which they were all refreshed." What struck me, however, was not the parallel between these two passages, but between the Quranic account of the birth of Isa and the traditions associated with the birth of the Buddha. Here, his mother Maya is returning from Tashita heaven and travelling home to give birth. She took rest under a salve tree in the beautiful garden of Lumbini Park. Maya gave birth to her son in a standing position while holding onto a salve branch. Now, I'm not suggesting any link or influence. I just found it an interesting coincidence between the birth of the prophet Isa and the Buddha Siddhartha Gautama that both involved holding on to a tree and the nourishment of a tree.